But you realize at the end of the day, those cultures, those practices, sometimes they're actually hurting. And by saying that is gender knows, violence knows no gender.
Yeah, for sure.
It cuts across. Because I used to lie a lot.
Yeah.
A lot about what happened to me. Eating for women.
Yes.
But when you look at men also go through gender-based violence, whether physical, whether verbal, whether mental, whether financial, they're still going through. But how we've been raised will determine how we will communicate the message out there.
Hi everyone, welcome to Simama Talks. My name is Celeste Ngashohe. I'm glad to be here. How have you been? I have been well. And today, before I go to our guest, I have been seeing your comments. I have been seeing how you have been, talking to us. Thank you so much. We keep on fighting against gender-based violence, dhulma ya kijinsia. Nashukuru sana kwa vile mmekuwa na sisi. Thank you for supporting Simama Talks. Thank you for supporting Simama Initiative. And thank you so much to everyone that has been watching, interacting with us. Tunashukuru sana. Also, thank you for following us on our socials, Gbv TV, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And also Celeste Ngashohe on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and Simama Initiative. Asanteni sana. So, today I'm joined by a guest that has been here before. He shared his story. It was, sad but full of hope because we can see where he is today. And today he's here to tell us more about his advocacy against gender-based violence. Anyone that is advocating against gender-based violence, we are welcoming them. We are welcoming you as a person, hata kama hujafanya anything, as a person just sharing a word with your neighbor, your sisters, your family against dhulma ya kijinsia. We are welcoming you, and without further ado, let's hear from our guest. Karibu sana.
Thank you, Celestine.
Yeah, asante sana. Yes. You can tell us what's your name, what you do. Yeah.
My name is Samuel Mbithi. I go on my socials as the Vulnerable Man. And I advocate against gender-based violence.
Yeah.
Not only for men, but just gender-based violence in general. Yes.
Kama hamjasikiza story yake, if you haven't had or seen him anywhere on socials, please go and watch his story on Simama Talks on my YouTube channel. That story, me, ilikuwa inanipea the goosebumps. Like, when you think about what you've been through, not everyone can survive this. As in, not true. Everyone can survive this. It's taken a lot, and especially you being a man, and you being the person that is coming out to say, this happened to me. You have fought the shame, you have fought the stigma, which is amazing. And you're standing for every man that feels like mi siezi sema, and also just fighting it in general. For someone that has never heard about you, mwenye, maybe we can give them a hint before they go and watch the episode about your story on my YouTube channel, Celeste Ngashohe. Maybe touch a little bit about it before we go to the advocacy.
What I can say is I'm a burn survivor. 14 years ago, I got involved into a relationship that really, I wouldn't say it was a relationship, but by then it looked like.
Yes.
And then, you are young, you think you know it all, and then all of a sudden there are red flags that you're seeing in a relationship, but you're not taking them seriously. And then that's how I got now the burns that I have.
Yeah.
And that is more categorized as also gender-based violence.
Yes.
And being a man, it was not easy for me for all that period to come out clean and tell people that this actually happened to a man. Because of the stigma, because of how the society has put a man to look like, there's how they expect a man to behave or to control his family. But you realize at the end of the day, those cultures, those practices, sometimes they're actually hurting. And by saying that is gender knows, violence knows no gender.
Yeah, for sure.
It cuts across. And it is not a competition of who is who. It is about what terms do we have while we are dating. What are we doing during that period of dating? What is expected of you, what is expected of me? Rather than at some point we are having arguments, but we tend to suppress them.
Yeah.
And then one day zinalipuka. And when zinalipuka, I don't know how you control your anger. You don't know how I control my anger.
Yeah.
Or what I'm able to do during that period of time. So communication becomes also part of it.
Yeah.
But going through all that period, I realized that there was a lot that myself I had not accepted.
Yeah.
There was a lot that was going through me. And it was actually doing more harm mentally than what I was telling people, because I used to lie a lot.
Yeah.
A lot about what happened to me.
Yeah.
Like, no, ni gas tu ilinichoma, you know, my dating period since nichomeke was not easy, because nobody knew exactly what was happening. But
Yeah.
one day I realized that it was doing more harm to me. And I appreciate the people who have been with me through that journey to a point whereby I realized, yeah, I need to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. And that's where the advocacy starts, that the healing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what really made you think of doing advocacy? Despite, you know, you've gone through the trauma, now you've accepted the truth, and you want to tell people the truth, and you want to share and advocate. What really pushed you being a man?
It was not easy, like I've said, because being through 14 surgeries, and I never accepted a single one during the period of the surgeries, my parents to attend any, because I could see the trauma of what was happening to them.
Yeah.
And I'm born in a family that also was very violent.
Oh, God.
So violence was like part of my life all through. I never experienced much of what we call parental love. When I got burnt when I was 20 years old, I never lived a good life between 20 up to around 28 years old. I was just living like just any other person. You know, there is the youthful part of life that I missed that period. But then, when I went on my social medias, most of the time, I could see a lot of people are just posting about gender-based violence - women.
Oh, yeah.
So you realize it has been already categorized as a women affair. When we look, when we look at most of the organizations that we have in our country, it is gender-based violence, women.
Fighting
for women.
Yes.
But when you look at men also go through gender-based violence, whether physical, whether verbal, whether mental, whether financial, they're still going through. But how we've been raised will determine how we will communicate the message out there. And when I started dating and found a lady that was very serious with me, and they accepted me the way I am, they were like, you know, you can talk about your story and you'll encourage a lot of people. And then I told her, no, sidhani nimefika hiyo level ya kuongea. And she kept pushing, because I believe she was the one who realized a lot about me than me myself.
Yeah.
And we started talking about it, you know, discussing about it. And then I was like, yeah, I'll tell it to the world. Let them judge me. Let whoever wants to take the message positive, whether wants to take it negative, it is none of my business. But I am communicating something that GBV is not about women. Men also go through the same. And that is how the journey now started about advocacy. Did a lot of research about men going through GBV, you know, because most of the time you realize we tend to take GBV as a physical issue or assault. But even verbally, there's part of it. There's how you'll treat a man or a woman, and it goes along affecting a lot of things, and that is part of GBV. There's how maybe ati mwanamke lazima akufulie nguo, akupikie, you know, those are old traditions at some point. Sikatai akifanya hivyo, but those are old traditions that need to be understood by the generations that we are moving into. How we treat millennials, how we treat Gen Zs, how we treat the alphas is totally different from how our parents, what we call I think they're called bloomers nowadays, old buddies something, is different from how we are transitioning. And the more we are transitioning, the more things are changing. And my advocacy is not based on just one generation. It cuts across. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So what you're saying is that lazima tuelewe where are you as a person?
Exactly.
And what works for you in a relationship?
Exactly.
Because I think the friction comes in with also not understanding each other.
Exactly.
Kwenu sijui mnafanyanga nini? Kwetu pengine mimi sijaifua nguo.
Exactly.
And now I have, like, we are dating.
Yeah.
Unaniambia nifue na shanga.
And it becomes like it's mandatory for you to do because from where I come, that's how things are done. But maybe from how you are raised, it's totally different.
Yes.
And that's where now arguments begin. Because there's how I want you to be, and there's how you want me to be.
Yes.
But we are not able to agree at some point. So during that process, violence might occur.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I feel that I'm the man of the house, you are disrespectful, you don't want to do what I'm telling you to do, I am providing, but ni kama ka investment sioni kakileta income, so why do I have you? So we become now having a lot of issues, arguments, oh, you are rude, you know.
You know, I've never thought about it in that aspect of mtu anaonaka na invest. Because as a man, una feel I'm providing, you're lacking nothing and all that. But we need to understand that's not everything in a relationship.
True.
And let's talk about in a marriage setting or even in a dating setting.
Yeah.
People that are courting knowing that we want to get married.
Yeah.
How can we understand as a people, as a man, how can you understand that my provision, yes, I understand a man should provide, but it shouldn't be the key for you to make sure that I'm doing whatever you want, even though it's not sitting well with me as a woman?
It all starts with communication. Before you even, you know, there are people who fall in love because of looks. There are people who fall in love because of your career. There are people who will fall in love because you have money. There are people you will fall, you know, for different reasons.
Yeah.
But from the word go, when you decide that you are going to date this person, that is when now it's like a constitution. That is when now you start laying down the plans. This is how I want us to live. This is what I will be doing. These are my limits, you know. And to that point, when you're having that conversation, you'll be able to understand whether this is actually the person that you wanted. So you will tell yourself that I will invest in this relationship or not. I will be open with anyone, me, no, this one I can't. Tukue mabeste ni nini and something of that sort. And you will save a lot.
A lot to compare.
And most of the time, and what I tell people is from my experience. I'm not a counselor or something, but I speak from experience. Had I done all those things, singekuwa where I am today.
Had you made some tough decisions?
I didn't. I just fell in love and I was blinded and I'm like, yeah, let it roll.
Before we continue, now you realize that there are things you should have done. What was holding you back from saying no, from drawing a line? Because, I mean, I think we've all been there. Even me, when I remember there's something I'm like, excuse, why would you say yes? And I know in me, I know that wasn't for me. But I went with the wind, you know? And it's just that we are lucky we didn't go like into the ditch. But we know, when we think about it, we know there are things we did with the people that we didn't end up with. Na tunajua, nayo nilijiangusha, like, why would I do that? What was holding you back from saying no, making some decisions, and just making a line, like, this is my boundary? You
know, first love is crazy.
Lakini ukweli wa?
First love will make even we mwenyewe uende uze hata shamba ya babako na ukosane na wazazi vibaya sana.
And you don't care.
And you don't care, you know. Until you get to a point of aftermath, ndio una realize yenyewe I should have not done that. Again, how most of the millennials, I'm a millennial actually, how most of the millennials we were raised, we never had guidance in terms of marriage. We were just copy-pasting what was happening from our families, and we want it implemented. And when you do your research even today, you'll realize most of the people who are suffering in their marriages and relationships are millennials. Because there's how we are pushing the agenda, but I believe myself that is not how we should be doing. We've seen our parents getting beaten. Personally, I've seen that.
Suffering.
We've been chased from home, usiku, we go tukifukuza ndovu kwa barabara. We come from one of the areas where wild animals are ziko mob. Tunatembea usiku, we go to our shush, you know, and then because you don't have a way of how am I going to put it? We don't have a way of who is guiding us. When you get to this age, this is what is expected, because our parents believed in marriage a lot. That a man should have a woman. Yes, you have that woman. But what is happening within that institution?
It is toxic.
It is very toxic.
Yeah.
We've copied a lot to a point of it is also affecting us mentally.
Yeah.
You'll see a couple walking, laughing together during the day, but wakifika kwa nyumba, it is something different. And you wonder how is it happening?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of generational issues that cannot be solved right now by money, by love or anything. It is through talking.
Yeah.
And what I missed a lot is that guidance. And then you are just fresh from high school. This is someone you've bumped into.
Yeah.
You've told yourself that the person mwenye nitakutana naye wa kwanza nipende,
Marriage.
huyo ndiye wangu forever.
Yeah.
So you are there because of love.
Yes.
So the other
Purely love.
Purely love. So hizo vitu zingine za ati investment, ati I want you to ukae hivi, you know, and then you feel like huyu akiniacha watu watasemaje? Huyu tukiachana, what will happen? So at that time you're not thinking about your safety, you're not thinking about your future, you're just thinking about love. And that's why I say love is a cult sometimes. And a very bad one.
Could, yes, yes.
And a very bad one.
Yeah.
Because you will see someone in a very, very toxic relation, but they cannot live. Every time you ask them, nampenda.
Yeah.
Tuko na watoto. I'm not telling you to actually live, but I'm telling people that you can actually sit down, talk about it openly, and you'll realize that it is not about love. It is something else here now.
It is more.
When you utatoa hiyo love hivi, you'll realize ya nimekuwa nikiumia. When utatoa money from relationship, you realize yenyewe,
Yes.
this is not what I wanted. Or this is what I wanted, but it is not working out the way I wanted. And that's why communication becomes very important.
Yeah.
And your goals, your vision, your opinions, you know. And you will have a good life, not per se 100%, because we still have the ups and downs.
Yes, for sure.
But the ups and downs should not put you in a very compromising situation.
Yes.
Yes.
And all I can hear is communication.
Yeah.
Communication. When you talked about your parents, when I think, I'm also a millennial, when I think about it, I don't even think if our parents knew as in ni kama ni wrong. I think they also just came and continued. And I think for us, the reason we have the courage to speak is because we are more exposed.
Sure.
It's because I think we're in a generation where we've seen so much.
Yeah.
We've seen huyu alifanywa hivi akaongea. Even me I can speak. Even me, no, mimi mtu atanifanyia hivi.
Yes.
For our parents, there was no day we sat down to be told, you know, when you get married, even your mom. Like, when I think about it now, I pray when my daughter gets to that age, we will have spoken.
Exactly.
We will have spoken and she will have known toxicity, everything. And
they can be able to identify a red flag at an early age. And if it is not sorted at that time, it can lead to more damage.
To more damage.
And that's why you'll see a lot of people saying, I don't want to get married, I'm just in there for money, you know, let it flow.
There's that a lot right now.
Yeah.
And also I think the fear for marriage.
Yeah, the fear for marriage.
The fear for marriage, I think it comes from also what we saw.
Sure.
For me, I can't say I am from a violent background. I saw my dad and my mom just living a normal life. I never saw my mom being beaten or, you know, maybe walikuwa nakosana tu wananyamaza, but we never saw that at all. And I know my dad does not support violence at all. Like even watu wa huko nje, he doesn't. So, because I think when we grow, we are growing with what we've seen. Yeah. I have seen that. Yeah. And when I talk with like therapists, when they come here, we sit down, they're like, we will most likely be a product of what we've seen. Exactly. So if you're from violence, most likely utaangukia mtu wa violence, and it's not your fault. And you want it to work. Yes, it's because you're conscious. The one that is back behind your mind, yenye, hata you'd never think about it. It's working against you. And you know, also
a lot of traumas. We've accumulated a lot of traumas.
Yes.
To a level of, if a trauma is not healed, it will affect your tomorrow.
Yes.
And when you mean tomorrow, it's not necessarily in a relationship. Because traumas are different. You know, there's childhood traumas, education traumas, you know, some teachers were telling you will not go far, you know. It still clicks back. And then you're like, anyway, the reason I'm suffering now is because of what that teacher told me, you know. So you've not fully accepted yourself to a point of, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
And how do you deal with that? Most of the times we tend to suppress it. And a lot of problems we are having currently is about we suppress things. We tend to take them so lightly. I'm like, but tomorrow something will trigger that. And because you've not healed from it and you've not accepted that situation, it will bring another problem.
Yeah.
And another problem and another problem. So it will be hard maybe to keep a job. It will be hard to keep a relationship, a marriage, you know. It will be hard for you to contain something. Trauma is the biggest problem again we have in this country. And that's why you'll see someone, they are dating and one of them ako mwingine hayuko. They are just like, ni sawa tu, so long as you are around. Like, they have dealt with so much to a point of amechoka ako like, we fanya tu vile unataka sasa. Like,
ukue mosi kwe mi
I'm okay, you know. It's part of trauma, and speaking out is very important. Not only to a therapist, not only to a counselor, but also to your partner that, yeah, you need to understand me. The reason I don't like this is because I saw it happening somewhere. It has happened kwa background yetu. We never dealt with it, you know. Sometimes I look at my parents and I'm like, what? You guys don't know what you put me through. Because I'm the firstborn. And now you become a deputy parent now.
We were talking about firstborns some other time hapa. And thank God you're a firstborn. Tulisema tutaita firstborns.
Yeah.
Male, we can have a panel of 2 firstborns, male and female.
Sure.
What firstborns wengi nimeona wakiongea Instagram and, you know, TikTok and socials in general, ni wasichana. Unaona mtu anasema, me I'm a firstborn, I want to run away.
Yeah.
Because they already have their families, aliolewa but bado ni mzazi kule. It's so unfair. And I can't relate because I'm not a firstborn.
Is it that generation? Yeah. Wazazi wetu. We used to be told that children ni wealth. So the more children you have, the more wealth you have.
Yes.
So you will marry off your daughters, you'll get goats and cows, you know. Your sons, they don't necessarily need to go to school. What will happen? Watakuwa wanakulimia, wanalisha mbuzi, you know.
Shamba hapo.
Yes, msichana akiolewa kama amekuwa successful kwa hiyo boma, yeye ndo anaexpectiwa take care of their siblings, you know. As a firstborn, you are already a parent at a very young age.
And you're still children.
You are 15 years and you're taking care of your siblings.
Yes.
Wakule, waoge. I'm not saying that those responsibilities were bad, but it's how they were perceived. To a point of, they were literally affecting us. They were affecting our future. They were affecting our mental health, you know. Because tell me a 15-year-old girl, ndiye anafaa kujua what will be eaten in that boma. Wazazi walienda shughuli zao. Na afue.
Atoke shule, abadilishe hao.
They have homeworks, you know. Lazima mbuzi ziende zitolewe malishoni zirudishwe home, you know, akamue ng'ombe. For me, I believe there was a lot of mental health and a lot of mental instability we acquired from that period of time. And it is the one that is affecting us up to date. Because most of us have not literally accepted that, this was a problem. We are not going against the culture. There are people who believe fully in the culture. But how the culture sometimes is being put out here, it is affecting a lot of people. Because not everyone will believe in your ideology. Not everyone will believe in my ideology. But how we communicate the ideology to a point of, wewe utafika hapa, mimi nitafika hapa, we agree to that point, usipite hiyo level, then we are good because we have agreed to be together up to this level. We have communicated. I can fully understand you. That enyewe, if I do this, it triggers this. If I do this, it triggers this. And the more we are accumulating that, that's when you see the violence now coming in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before I really wanted us to talk about counseling and therapy.
Yep.
Because it's very important, and you're really insisting on communication, which is key. For sure, it is key on therapy. Did you ever go for therapy before this incident happened?
I went
like
after.
before you went after.
I went after. The other.
Did you ever think about therapy?
No.
But we never think about it until it is nikubaya.
And while in primary and high school, we always have the guidance and counseling sessions.
Hizo kwani zinasaidianga?
I was coming to that. And most of the time, it is a career talk.
It is.
Come to think of it.
Oh my God.
It was a career talk. What do you want to be? Then you get guided. Oh, I want to become a doctor. Okay, you have to behave this way, and all that, So they are just pushing you to get to the career level.
Yes.
Not thinking about what is happening within you and your family or the community. When we get the other guidance and counseling, Christian Union and the YCAs, it is more biblical. I'm not against the Bible, but telling someone that God loves you, God is there for you, it is very basic.
Yeah.
We all know that.
We're not going to the root cause.
Yes, we are not dealing with the problem. And I always relate with myself because during the hospital period when I got banned and all that, most of the people came. Kuniambia pole. Those were the words they were using. God loves you. God is there for you. But we are not dealing with the trauma.
Yes.
We are not dealing with the real problem and how to actually control that issue.
Yes.
So you will always be told, Jesus did what, so and so went through a lot of job and later on they succeeded, But now walking the journey from job, from losing everything to where you got,
getting everything.
Yes, that is the problem. In between that gap.
No one is coming with you.
No one is coming with you. No one is walking the journey with you. And if there is, some of them, they just like, be strong, you're a man,
What is this
Keep
thing
it up.
with being you're a man? As in you're a human being. Away from being a man. Pain is pain. Flesh
pain
is flesh,
pain,
man.
yes.
As in, also, before we'll go to toxic masculinity, because that's one of them.
Yeah.
Let's go to self-awareness.
Yeah.
Because mostly we don't make the right decisions because I think we do not have self-awareness.
Yep.
Because when you're self-aware, I can't compare myself with like maybe 10 years ago or 5-6 years ago. There are things inaitangwa people pleasing. Kabisa sitaki, but nitasema tu na nitafanya hiyo kitu nikicomplain kwa roho. Lakini sikuwa nataka, you know, and that's being toxic to yourself. But when you're self-aware, you literally don't care what watasema nini, as long as it's right and it's not condescending to anyone.
Exactly.
You can say, mimi sitaki kwenda leo, I don't want to go, and you don't have to explain.
Yeah.
What does self-awareness look like to you right now?
Self-awareness is very key in every aspect of life. And how I look at self-awareness is getting to understand yourself first. What are your values? What do you want to achieve? What are your, your goals? And then are they aligned with what you're currently doing? Because you can talk about 10 years to come, but there is nothing working towards the 10 years.
Yeah.
I want to be married in the next maybe 5 years. You don't even have a girlfriend currently that you are even courting. Okay, hata akikuja kwako, because society imeamua sisi ndio tunamlisha, we do everything. You don't even have a place. Maybe you are living with your parents, you're living with your cousin or relative, What are you working towards getting
to that goal?
What are the distractions? You'll just have to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. What are your strengths, your weaknesses, your threats, and how are you going to deal with them? Because along the journey, haitakuwa rahisi. Hata kama ni ya kesho. We have plans for tomorrow, but you clearly know even tomorrow, what if today or tomorrow ikose kufika?
Yeah.
So what happens? What would you have achieved?
Wow.
What legacy would you have? left. And like you said, we are more of people pleasers than doing what we really think is the right thing or following our values.
Yes.
And when we please people, we are hurting ourselves more. Because it is you to get satisfied, not me.
Yeah.
So I satisfy you.
Well,
Like in
down
tabaki
to-
na maswali, I'm like, then what am I doing?
Yeah.
So understanding yourself is very key. And I go back to also the generations that we are moving into.
Yes.
Things are changing so fast. You remember probably, I don't know, your Ushago. Our Ushago, there was just one vehicle. Na inatokanga at a specific time.
Ushago mingi ziko hivyo. Hata
Ikienda,
hakuna.
imeenda. You know, and they literally knew nani anaendanga saa ngapi na anachukuliangwa wapi.
Yes.
So they would ungepanda hiyo gari 8 in the morning, but 8 atoka juu mwalimu fulani hajafika na anaendanga na hiyo gari daily. It is not the same right now.
Yeah.
Things have literally changed. So how do we move from that
Hiyo
gari moja
kitambo, yes.
to now gari unaweza panda anytime you want.
Anytime,
You know, you
yeah.
can even call an Uber, you can get a motorcycle to get you somewhere. So as more the generations are changing, technology is also advancing.
Yes.
People are advancing in terms of information. We are getting a lot of information. You can easily get any data that you want online.
Yeah.
Those days, we could only send letters via the post office.
Yeah.
And it will take even sometimes months. Money was not available on
Hivyo
kwa simu.
rahisi, yeah.
I remember my dad used to work far away, so he would send money via posta. Or sometimes...
Kabla iwafikie, my God. Kama mtakula
You know.
sana.
And sometimes he would send that via, anaongea na dereva anampe hiyo do atulete.
Yeah.
Na dereva anaweza kosa kuwaletea, atumie kwanza alete some other time, you know. So how we are handling generational change should also be very key with everyone.
Yeah.
Because how I saw things is different from how I'm seeing things right now.
Yes.
Maybe I have too much information and I'm trying to digest a lot of things, and now they are making sense.
Yeah.
You know, we are talking of Gen Zs, but when you look at them, it's not a bad generation. It needs a little bit guidance.
Yeah.
But who is there to guide them?
We are broken.
It's only the social media that is there
Yeah.
currently.
Yeah.
And if you put anything on social media, and that's another thing I've realized, when you post something on social media, people don't go to the details. They only read the caption. And that is enough for them to judge everything else.
Yeah. The highlight.
The highlight. 1,000 bob kitambo in maybe 207 was a lot of money. Right now, 1,000 bob cannot even buy you 3 things in a supermarket.
Yo.
So how we are dealing with these generations will also influence a lot of things in terms of violence, in terms of gender, GBV, and all the aspects that come in across.
Yeah.
How we see things is different on how they see things.
Yeah.
And, you know, it needs a lot. And that's why I keep advocating for it. And I'm actually going to push the government to put mental health as a curriculum in schools. Leave alone the guidance and counseling things. If you start dealing with mental health at an early age, you'll even meet a kid as young as 7 years old and you ask them, what's wrong with you? And they will tell you things and you will wonder.
Imagine.
Mtoi anakuambia story, unashanga anakuambia alichapwa, sijui alifanyiwa nini, anaambiwa kachote maji and all that, you know. But because there is no guidance to them, we've started building a problem for them, for the future, to deal with.
And a store.
Yes, and a store. If that is dealt with at an early age, we won't get to the levels that currently things are happening in the country. If it is put as a curriculum, it's a subject. Not only that you get counseling only when you've suffered on something or you're angry, that's when you get counseling. No. It needs to start from an early age.
Yeah.
And as parents also,
Yes.
we need to get involved kwa life ya watoi. Not only to kulipa school fees, unaonekananga kwa nyumba, you know, once in a while, you know. But that process needs to work all through.
Awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation. Lakini tumefika wakati ambao we will have to take a short break, and then we'll be back. If you would like to be here with us and speak to us and share your story, or just come here and give us your insights, remember to WhatsApp us with this number right here, or Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok Kiambu TV, or Celestine Gashohe, or Simama Initiative. Ama email us at gashohecelestine@gmail.com. Sawa sawa, usibanduke, tunarudi. Welcome back to Simama Talks. My name is Celestine Gashohe, and as you can see, I'm happy because the conversation is amazing. Tunaongea vitu very deep, but also we are having fun because we are learning. Sure, Samuel?
Sure.
Yeah. So before we went for a break, tulikuwa tumemention mambo ya toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
You know, na hizi zote ni society imetupea. Mwanaume anafaa jikaushe nini. And I remember I mentioned that even when you had your accident, imagine umechomeka vile flesh yangu ingechomeka. So kuambiwa wewe ni mwanaume ujikaze, it's so unfair. True. Yeah. How do you see toxic masculinity affecting you men when you go through such things?
Toxic masculinity, I look at it in two ways. There's the positive side of it, and there's the negative side of it. When you talk of the positives, it is how you as a man has visioned to be. The negativity is how you want to please people and how the society has put you into. Wow. So how we look at it is different. If today I want to go to a place like where, if I want to go to Thika, I know the way to go to Thika. Yes. But if I don't know, I will ask. And that becomes a positive thing. Why? I have accepted I don't know where Thika is. I don't know the way to go to Thika. Then I will ask someone, do you know the way to Thika? And they will tell you boda matatu from here, usipande zile zinaendanga Shukisha Beba ama itakuuza pale Githurai, you know, and all that. But the toxicity bit of it in the negative way is kujifanya that you know it all and you end up messing. Yeah. And you're messing because you are not agreeing to, you don't know something. You want to prove that you literally know it all.
Yes.
And it's because you've had people talk about watu wakienda Thika tu wanaingianga Thika Road. No, Thika Road is too way big. It's too way long. Unaweza shukishiwa hata juje uambiwe that is Thika. And you will believe it. So personally I look at it in those different perspectives. And yes, it is affecting a lot of men out there. And they take the negativity. Mwanamke lazima afanye hii na mimi kama mwanaume nafaa kufanya hii, you know. And then it leads to a point of we are not agreeing anymore. And then we start having toxic relationships, abusive words, violence again comes in. Yeah.
So we've talked about as a man mwenye amejiekea, mimi nakuanga hivi. How about cultural practices zenye zimepush wanaume wa there's an expectation or a societal standard of men, how men should be. How has that affected how men deal with GBV?
We personally, I don't believe in going against some of the cultural practices and beliefs, because they've been there. We've seen them working for our grandpas, our grandmas, you know, even some of our parents. Yeah. But again, they should not put you in a situation whereby it is affecting your family or the people around you. And why am I saying that? As a man, it has always been put as you are the provider. But there is a limit to the provision also. Yes. Because you cannot keep providing for someone who does not even respect you, who does not, you know, they are not able to compromise their standards at some point to be with you. Yeah. But the society has put a man to be a provider, a giver, a man to be strong and all that.
Protector.
But what I tell people is move away from all that. Nowadays, we have women who are actually providing for their men. And it is because they have seen the need. We are in love. We have a family together. You once provided. You are not able because of the financial status currently.
Right now, yes.
So what happens? We break up. Everyone moves on with their life. It is happening, yes. But is that the right thing to do? You know, we cannot put historical issues to our relationships to a point of sahi mali imefika hata wewe ulinifanyia 1 2 3 I'm not able to. So na yeye akipata, what will happen?
Itakuwa ni tit for tat.
Itakuwa tit for tat, you know. Yes,
Next
nimepata.
time, you know.
Utati. So sometimes, and that's why I keep insisting on that communication. So if this is happening, but I'm not able to right now,
Yeah.
please give me some time. If you are not able to, wacha ikae. But out there, men tend to be that, you know, I'm doing everything, you know, sitaki hata pesa ya bibi yangu kwa hii boma, hata sitaki anunue kitunguu, you know. What if ile siku utakosa hiyo do, what will happen? So the family should not eat.
Wow.
So that's the negativity bit of it.
Yeah, like you're so, the society, like you have refused to set yourself apart from the society.
Exactly.
And look within yourself.
Yes.
And also, I think that comes to self-awareness.
It goes back to self-awareness.
Yeah. I was listening to someone on TikTok and she was saying, for self-awareness, when you want to know yourself deeper, be quiet. Like, strive to have a place that is quiet. Like, no music, no nothing. And then you can listen to yourself. You can hear yourself. And I thought about it. Do you know, being still for even 10 minutes, just be still. It's very hard.
Yeah.
But it's the most important thing, to be still and hear yourself so that you know whatever decision I'm making. Imagine si ya society, si ya Nairobi, ni mimi, bibi yangu, mtoto wangu, ama mimi, bwana yangu, nini. You know, we could be in a group and everyone is saying, me, I can't give my husband sijui what. But you know, at home, he is providing, but hafikishi pesa ya school fees. And I have 50k somewhere. Sa mimi pia nitangangana simpei. So in the quietness of self-awareness, you don't have to go with the wind. You can just be like, okay, wanasema hivyo, I don't have to speak, but I will help him, you know. Hatukatai, like, men should provide. We feel good when we are provided for. But kama iwezi your time, what do we do?
Sure.
Yeah.
And you know, provision is not just the end goal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It is what you are creating.
Wow.
The kids, you know, your investments, you know, your family, your circle, your friends. It is the end goal. It is not always about just giving, but
money.
What you are giving, what will it give in return? It is not mandatory to be monetary.
Yeah.
It could be even, today I have friends that I call, they have money but I never ask them money. But I'll call them and I'm like, dude, I'm going through 1 2 3, what do we do? It's like, give me 10 minutes, I call you back. And then we'll go through a deep discussion. And I feel, yeah.
Wow.
There are people I'll just call and I'm like, dude, I need 5k. Hata siongei story mingi. And it will come through.
Yeah.
But it is the end goal of what we are creating during that process. Because
Yes.
I know one day, one time, I will reach out to someone and they'll be in a position to help me out.
Yeah.
Not only monetary ama nini, but even with a word that itakumove for the next few hours. Yes.
Awesome. So going back to your advocacy, what is the 1 or maybe 2, 3 challenges that you have faced in advocating for men? I know you do for all of us, but mostly men, because I feel like men don't talk a lot.
Sure.
Like, you are rare for people to come out and say, this happened.
Yeah.
What are these challenges that you face when you're advocating for men?
I would say, hey, I advocate for men, but the same men bring me down.
Oh. Wanaume,
they will be weak man, cannot just expose all these, you know, mature up. You know, I get all that.
What do you mean mature up? You almost died.
True.
And you know, we need to realize that I think we see these things like a movie because we see them on TV.
True.
until it's home.
Until you experience
until
it.
it's you, your
Yes.
brother, your cousin,
Yes.
your dad.
Yes.
Until it's home. And we need to bring it home so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
that we realize it's with us.
Yes, it is with
As
us.
in, imagine I'm with my husband
not
in the house.
strange, it's
it
not
could
scripted,
happen. You know,
yes,
yes,
yeah.
it's your brother could be through it. Mi
Yeah.
sijui brother yangu ako wapi na nani, you know.
Yeah.
Anyone could go through it.
Exactly. So that's one of it. The other one is always, I get a lot of comments in terms of, we need to hear the other side of the story. And then what? You know, and then what? You are not a prosecutor, you are not a judge, you have no capacity to even conclude on what actually transpired.
Yeah.
Then maybe the other one I would talk about is getting justice. Because I see a lot of people also come into my DM and they talk about, I went through this, I never got justice. And it triggers back to my story again of what happened.
Yeah.
And you realize our law enforcement is very, very broken. Our judicial service is also very broken. And our laws and policies on how they have been put, they mostly focus on women. If today, I've been following another guy, I can't remember his name, is in South Africa. He recently went through Gbv. His wife literally wanted to kill him. And he went to a police station to report the matter. And then the police were making fun of it.
We've had that too.
You know?
Yeah.
And then he started his journey of advocacy also. And he kept encouraging me to a point, I was like, yeah, imekuhit ile point ilinihit to a point. Let me just pick it out. Whoever wants to take it. Whoever doesn't want, okay. And I also spoke about the committee that was recently formed, last year formed by the president about gender-based violence and also femicides that were increasing in our country.
Yes.
But they missed a lot of things on that document because they categorized GBV as a female agenda, forgetting about men. I read that document to a point of I got mad, Sally. I was like, no. This is not how it should have been done.
It should be human.
It should be in human, not gender.
Gender.
It was very gender specific. And when you go through that document, it really brought a lot of memories about the justice system. And what the committee did, they chose what we call a political safe agenda than a human-based agenda. Because they ran all through the document, the final conclusion is castration or jail term to be increased for the perpetrator. And the perpetrator there is categorized as man.
As man, not woman.
Not woman, okay, they became very gender specific other than let's address the issue as it is. Other than putting this gender here and this gender here. So we've already categorized a man as a perpetrator. So in a situation or a scenario whereby the woman is a perpetrator, so what happens? So it will always be perceived that mwanaume ni mbaya all through.
Wow.
You know, and then that ideology will be taken over generations and generations.
Yes,
and
for
it
sure.
will not change. Yeah.
Wow.
So there are a lot of challenges along the way. But
those are just to mention a few.
Just to mention a few, and sometimes kuna vitu unaangalianga like, let me just ignore this one and move on.
Ndio usikasirike.
Sitaki tu kukasirika.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, and I hope that we are listening, and I hope that we can be part of a change. Hata kama ni dot.
Sure.
You know, just being a man and don't bring someone down. Manze, I'm telling you, you're rare to find someone speaking and saying, this happened to me and I'm a man, you know?
Yeah.
Those challenges, like, you can't, but inafanyikanga, unafaitia watu
It
hawa,
happens.
the same people are like, apana,
I was
wanaume,
actually,
you know?
let me give you some statistics in Kisumu. There were over 770 cases of gender-based violence between July and November 2025. But actually,
Those are 4
Out
months.
of the around 750 cases, 500 ilikuwa against men.
Yo.
But only that were reported zilikuwa 21. So you can see that gap. Almost 70% is men, but only 1% that is reported near men.
Stigma.
Because of stigma, because we feel ashamed, you know. I don't want the society to see me as a weak man, you know. Nitaenda kusemaje nilipigwa na bibi, ati bibi yangu alinichoma, ati alinishikia kisu, you know. Ati bibi yangu nikifika kwa nyumba anachukuanga simu, ana transfer do, you know. That's still part of violence.
Yes.
But imagine from 750, only 21 were reported as a men. Wow. And you'll realize these are men when you alifika to a level of like, nimejikubali sasa, hapa nitakufa, I will have now to come out and tell the authorities that this is happening, they need to protect me.
Yeah. You've talked about stigma and shame. During your advocacy, what do you do to tell people that, you know, shame, as in, we can't put shame and GBV together.
Sure.
We have to kill shame. As in, I feel like GBV, we need to shout and scream.
Exactly.
This is happening to me.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be something that we are suppressing.
Yeah.
What do you do to make sure that shame and stigma outside of the window so that we can speak?
For me, it's very funny because I don't have, you know, you can't ashame the already shamed. Someone said that. I'm not saying that I'm shamed or I'm ashamed of talking about myself. When you go through my advocacy videos and everything, sometimes I'm having fun, but when you read the caption, it will really improve a lot. I don't put on shirts. I want to tell you this is how violence looks like.
Yeah,
and this is the effect of violence. And then I'll give you something that will really make you rethink about what you wanted to do or what you've experienced maybe. So already you share on about who is me.
Yeah.
So if you want to put your dirty comment over there, me,
it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't
like
bother
you already,
me.
You know,
I've already accepted myself. I've done my self-awareness. And I'm like, it doesn't matter anymore. But I get a lot of that on my comment. Some people even laugh at it, you know. And I'm like, dude, ni vile tuja experience.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to tell you that this is what violence
can do. So
whether you accept it or you don't, it's okay. But we need those people in our society to balance the, you know.
For sure.
We still need them, whether they are positive or negative. We still need them there. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And have you seen any positive change or positive view of how the society looks at GBV survivors?
Not fully. I haven't gone deep into that.
Yeah.
However, I get a lot of, my number is always on my page.
Yeah.
I get a lot of calls. That's why I began by saying people believe I'm a counselor and a psychologist. And I get calls from men, from women, you know, from even, some are married. And then I'm like,
wow,
how am I going to handle this?
Yeah.
I was even telling my wife the other day that I want to start a career in, you know, nifanye kitu ya psychology, help, you know, because...
Which is, go for it. Please go for it. Yeah.
So there's positivity, and I love it when people call me and they're like, you know, I've been dealing with 1, 2, 3. I'm like, let's just talk. I might not be fully in a position to counsel you, but let's talk. Let's just talk. And then I always refer them to a few people that I know that now have the capacity to literally have, to get that professional counseling. Now, for me, I'll just be, nimeku encourage to. But let me try my best, I connect you to the right person. But if you feel like you want to talk, I have a guy who runs on my WhatsApp. Whenever you feel it writes things, and I'm like, you are okay, dude, now.
Yeah, because he can talk.
Yes, I tell him, just keep talking, but don't let that anger or that thing that you are told iku bring down. Ama ufanye kitu mbaya you regret later. Please write it down on my page. Nitakuja tu nitaisoma. Then I'll call you. I'm like, ndo pumzika.
Wow.
Because speaking also releases that energy, that negative energy and bitterness. But the more you keep holding ilo najikutanga, you do something and unaambiwa umefanya something, you're like, no, that was not me. because of the bitterness, the anger. You've piled up a lot to a point of you cannot handle it anymore.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Samuel, for sharing. It's amazing to hear from you what you're doing. Thank you for using your social media. Social media is free and we can use it however we want to.
True.
But you have chosen to use it to share your story, to encourage men especially, and even women.
Yes.
And the fact that women are also finding a safe space in you to speak, and men, we are really grateful.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, we've come to an end of this beautiful conversation. I hope we'll have you another time.
Sure.
To have more conversations. And guys, remember, Samuel has given us his story. He's come here before, he's shared his story. It's a story you don't want to miss. As a young man, as a young woman, even a married woman, man, whoever you are, whether you've gone through it or not, it's important you listen to it so that you can understand and see, the small red flags that we ignore. So that we are knowledgeable. We are here to make sure that we understand GBV, we learn, we hear stories for future. Future inaweza kuwa kesho, inaweza kuwa in 2 months, inaweza kuwa into
the next 10 minutes.
It can be whatever minute from now. So asanteni sana for being here. Samuel, give us a parting shot and then you tell us where we can find you. And if anybody would like to, talk to you, pengine anapitia, pengine hapitii, just talk to you, how they can find you. But before that, if you could tell someone, a survivor somewhere, a young man, this GBV happened to you when you were 20 years old. I think that's a very vulnerable age. To go through such traumatic event. A young man that is going through it, and a young man or a woman also that is a survivor of either burn survivor or any other form of gender-based violence. What can you tell them now?
First of all, for the burn survivors, I'll tell them that they are beyond the burns. It's not what we see, but they are beyond what we see. And what I can tell them is to gain the courage, accept themselves the way they are, and they move on with their lives. For anyone who has gone through any type of GBV, be it violence, be it financial, be it, any category of GBV, I will be honest with them that we need to move beyond that level. And the more we advocate for it, the better we get the audience, the better people are coming out to speak out. The more we hide, the more we are causing more traumas to ourselves, which will affect our future tomorrow. And my parting shot will be violence knows no gender. Violence is violence, irrespective of ni nani in affect, whether female, whether male, whether child, whether anyone. Violence is violence, and it is not specific. And violence is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. It can land you into jail. It can make the survivor, accrue a lot of bills, It is very, very expensive. Trauma, self-esteem, it cuts across. But what we need to do, and also for content creators, hey, let's not popularize gender-based violence. Some people are creating content to a point of, they're even showing that when I come home late, this is how my wife behaves, Our children will always believe in what they see, and they will try to implement it. Because I saw Sele posting about ati alifika late, the husband is mad, anataka kumpiga, we will take it. We will digest it. And someday, it will, not today, not tomorrow, but someday, it will come into effect. So the content we also try to create, let's not try to make it like it's popularizing violence or GBV. Yes.
Awesome. Asante sana. Where can we find you?
My socials, zote, TikTok, X, Facebook, naitwa the vulnerable man. Anyway, I'm not vulnerable, eh?
Yeah.
It's a name I found unique. It's a name I wanted to represent men.
Yeah.
My ID name is Samuel Mbithi.
Yeah.
My contact is also on my socials. You can reach out to me, then we can move on the conversations.
Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the work you're doing. We really appreciate it as Simama Talks. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Asanteni sana, my people. Thank you for staying here. Thank you for listening, interacting with us. Remember to continue following us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, Celeste Ngashohe, Simama Initiative, and also Kiambu TV. Asanteni sana. Until next time, God bless you. Share.